Happy Saturday. Out and about today, handling my business. Already did my 70-minute walk today and did my modified workout. I was unable to do deadlifts today, unfortunately, so it's looking like I've been off for, heck, tomorrow to be 10 days since I deadlifted, which is just eating me up inside, but I'm having some problems with my back and I'm gonna have to nurse those back to health. I was doing my chakra squats today for balance and kind of irritated the left side of my back a little bit, so yeah, I'm really gonna be struggling, but I'm working around it. I got in an awesome upper body workout. Everything's going fine. I'm making gains in my upper body, so I'm just gonna continue to push as much weight as I can, upper body, and just, you know, continue to focus on rehab. That's all I can really do for now, because with the type of injury that I have, once it's inflamed, you just have to give it the necessary time to recover and you know, get that scar tissue out of there and get back to a point where it's strong and the irritation is has gone down enough to continue heavy lifting again. So I'm just gonna take my time because I pushed it too much, and that's just, you know, word from the wise: if it starts to hurt a little, back off. Anything, you know, whatever it is. If it hurts a little and you already have a pre-existing issue in that area of your body, it's better just to let it go and move on, you know, with, you know, other workouts, work around it for a while. Because if I would have stopped the day before I got hurt, I would have been just fine. And, you know, I was listening to my body, but I wasn't making the right decision. So that's just how it is. You know, in all reality, I didn't have much really to talk about as far as topics today. I'm going out to eat for a meal at the Crab Pot. I'm gonna have some seafood today. So I did fast ever since last night. I went all raw yesterday. The only thing I had that wasn't raw vegan food, I guess, was pumpkin seeds, David's pumpkin seeds. I had several servings of those yesterday. So I did have food later on in the evening. I had some dried apricots and or not dried apricots, dried mango, and the and 2 servings, so 60 grams of the pumpkin seeds. But that was probably around 10, and so I've been fasted ever since 10 o'clock last night. The only thing I had today was a bunch of sparkling water, a bunch of regular water, a cup and a half, 2 cups of coffee, something in that area, and pre-workout for before the workout. So gonna have a nice meal today, and you know, that's what I try as best as I can to practice what I preach. And you know, and that is, you know, if you're gonna go out and enjoy yourself, you know, fast and then get your workout in. Like, I just got done working out. I'm headed now to the location in downtown Seattle where I'm gonna meet up with my buddy and you know, have a nice meal, have a filling, you know, satisfying meal. I'm gonna stick with the stuff that's on the diet. I'm not gonna be going off of the diet. The only thing I may have that's really not on the diet is, you know, like batter, things like that. But for the most part, they have, you know, steamed vegetables and different things like that where I'm going. And I'm not gonna be having fries and different things like that, because I just, you know, I don't like spiking my insulin levels too much, you know. And you don't have to, you know, you can enjoy yourself on a salad and some, you know, and some fried fish if you go out for seafood, or grilled fish. You know, you can have a grilled fish sandwich. You know, just, you know, work around the stuff that Endomorph shouldn't be eating, but you should still, you know, I've always said, this should not be something that you are like 100%, you know, I've said before, 80-20. You know, 80% of the time you're eating stuff that's exactly for your body, that's keeping you leaning down. 20% of the time you know, try and enjoy yourself a little bit, because you'll go nuts trying to do this stuff 100% of the time. And you know, you're just running down your willpower reserve. Sooner or later, you're just not gonna have any left. And that's when you start to binge, and that's when you go off the diet, and that's when you start thinking that you're entitled to eating foods that you really should never even touch. You know, especially, you know, if it's more than than 20%. There's just some foods, you know, as an endomorph that you just shouldn't be eating. You know, you can have them. I'm not saying you shouldn't be having them, but like white potatoes, you know, a bunch of different breads, cornbread, things like that, all this crazy stuff, pastries and all that stuff. I mean, if it's not like a little bit of that stuff, you know, probably nothing more than, you know, 300-400 calories in one day of it. If it's anything over that, you know, you're just asking for problems. You're asking for spillover, and you're asking for basically that day of fat burning to be totally gone because you just couldn't help yourself. You know, you just had to have that you know, a large amount of pastries. You just had to have several of those pastries instead of just, you know, having one and enjoying a little bit of that taste and fulfilling that and then moving on with your life. You know, learn how to enjoy yourself, but in doses. I guess that would be the topic or the tip for today. You know, in doses, you know, and that's just reality, because there's a place that I go to with my kid where we get these donuts that are like they're like fresh made, like, you know, they're made every day and they're awesome. But one of these custard filled donuts is like 400 calories. I mean, and it's so many grams in fat. I mean, it's like pretty much like you're fat for the entire day. The rest of the day, you would have to eat broccoli and lettuce with no dressing, you know, lemon like squirted on it for like any kind of seasoning, or like maybe some orange juice or something like that. You'd have to like totally stay away from fat. If you were gonna have carrots that day, you couldn't have dressing on your carrots. You would be totally like eating fruits and vegetables, not even fruits, because your carbs are already gonna be so through the roof, you're not gonna be able to have fruits. So you got to think about that. If you're going to have something like that, if you're going to have more than one of those, you know, there's just no getting around it. I mean, you could work your butt off at the gym. You could do all kinds of crazy stuff. You could go do cardio. Most likely as an endomorph, you're still going to have spillover on a day where you eat that kind of stuff. If you have 2 donuts, you're done. So just a little tip there, you know, not trying to put any fear in your heart or anything like that. I just want to speak the real, because this is a real life journey. It's a real life situation. Being an endomorph is, as I say all the time, a ton of responsibility. You can't think like a normal person as an endomorph. You can't be, you know, going out to eat with your buddy that's, you know, 6'2", 160 pounds, shredded from head to toe, can eat whatever he wants. You can't go out and pig out like him. You're not going to be able to go to the buffet and eat like your buddy, you know. You're going to have to execute awareness, and you're going to have to like count everything and eyeball everything that you eat, unless you're going someplace where they offer up the calories. Unfortunately, I'm not sticking to my whole like video that I made the other day of going only a place where they offer the calories, but my buddy's in town. I didn't choose this place. I'm not gonna tell my buddy, you know, that I'm not coming to see him, because I haven't seen him in a while. He's leaving town tomorrow. He's only in town for a day. So, you know, sometimes you just gotta suck it up, man. And like I said, you gotta live. You know, you gotta live your life. You gotta indulge every now and again. And I've been very good the last several days. Fat's coming off my body. I'm not tripping. Happy Saturday.